Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Al-Rakah, Kadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. I got this news article. I'm going to delve into some prophecies and throw it through, the news basically, because these news articles that are coming out are basically, part of the signs of the times, making us aware of things that are coming. As long as you're looking for it, as it says, watch as well as pray. Keyword being watch. This is watching the news, okay? Watching watching the news, all right? So this article I have from Grit Daily, I found it online. The information is on point. I got another article as well, which I'll get into off the back of this, or I'll bring out when appropriate. It's not really an article; it's more like a breakdown of it's a review of something, but I'll save that for later. So anyway, this is gritdaily.com. The article reads: 3 technologies that are merging human and machine. And the merging of human and machine is also known as transhumanism. And that's a big thing right now. Movies like Lucy, and the other one of Johnny Depp, I can't remember the name of it. Even like what's the other one? RoboCop. These are movies alluding to transhumanism. Elysium as well, with exoskeleton. Various things like that. All right. So I'm gonna get into this article. For decades, comic books have told stories of super soldiers and cyborgs, normal people who, after being enhanced by science, become capable of extraordinary physical feats. While those tales have remained in the realm of fiction, technology more and more is interacting directly with our biology. Joint replacements, prosthetics, laser eye treatments. There are innumerable ways that humans use medical technology to improve their physical prowess or just make life more convenient. However, there's a mix of opinions on the extent humans should be directly enhanced by technology. In 2017, AARP surveyed 2,000 adults on their opinions of human-enhanced technology as it pertained to vision enhancements, joint replacements, and gene editing. When it came to joint replacements or vision enhancements to restore mobility or vision, 96 to 95% of those surveyed thought it was appropriate to utilize those procedures. However, when considering using those same procedures to improve ability beyond normal human capabilities, only 44% thought it would be appropriate for vision enhancements, and 33% found it appropriate for joint replacements. For gene editing, 83% thought that it would be appropriate to use the technology in order to prevent or cure genetic disease. Only 32% thought it would be appropriate to use the same technology for the purpose of determining human characteristics. It's clear that the public is still wary about these body-enhancing technologies, but that hasn't stopped companies from developing exoskeletons. Alright, advanced prosthetics and even microchips. While we're still on some way far from cyborgs and super soldiers, here are some developments in tech that are bringing us closer to that ideal. Okay, I don't really want to get into these first two ones, but I'm just going to touch on them and you can read the rest. Exoskeletons comprise of exciting yet subtle industry that is projected to experience significant growth in coming years. In February, Research and Markets published that the exoskeletal wearable robot market was valued at $130 million in 2018. and then projected that the industry would reach 5.2 billion in 2025. So we're talking about booming, right? An even more conservative prediction from the Market Watch has the market hitting 2.5 billion by 2024. All right. So this is a slow but steady, not really slow, but a steady increase in the value of the market in the space of the next 5 years. Okay. So if that's the means, if that's the money that's going to be generated, if it's going to be more than double, like even more than 10 times, I think that's even like, it's going to be round about 25 times, just under 25 times the value of what it is, of what it was last year, by in the next 6 years, basically 5 years more or less. What do they intend to do? All right. That means they're going to make leaps and bounds between now and then in terms of getting this tech out there and making it more of a desired thing within the market. All right. So for now, the main appeal comes from the industrial sector, namely the application for factory workers. Companies such as Ford, Siemens, and Panasonic have all introduced exoskeletons into their factories for their workers, while automated machines have started to make their own way into these facilities. Humans still play an important role in the production line. However, the role often involves repetitive tasks that can become strenuous over time. These tasks typically require being on one's feet, and some even involve making repetitive arm motions up to 4,600 times a day. So yeah, they're going to alleviate the stress of that work, so on and so forth. Okay, prosthetics. Prosthetic limbs have come a long way from the peg legs and the hook hands. Modern prosthetic arms often have 5 fingers, multiple grips, multiple, and a lightweight build. For instance, the Hero arm by Open Bionics is fully 3D printed and comes with 6 different grips, but few prosthetics are as innovative as the mind-controlled arm developed by Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Labs as a part of their revolutionizing prosthetics program. They got into it, right? So now this is the point. Microchips. Surprisingly, microchips being implanted under people's skin. And we know that microchip is an RFID chip, or RFID chip, NFC, is the mark of the beast according to the Bible, all right? Isn't all that new. In 2013, Johan Osterlund, a former professional body piercer, started his Swedish microchipping firm, Biohacks International. Since the founding, over 4,000 Swedes have adopted their own chips. Osterlund explained the phenomenon to NPR. Having different cards and tokens verifying your identity to a bunch of different systems just doesn't make sense. Using chips means that the hyper-connected surroundings that you live in every day can be streamlined. Streamlined into one technology known as ubiquitous technology. While exoskeletons and prosthetics assist in users' well-being, the microchip seems to be more of a convenience, allowing users to more seamlessly move through their day. All right. So what you could say is that the prosthetics and the exoskeletons basically assist in physicality, taking your body to a place, your physicality to a place it could never go once upon a time. But then the microchip is somewhat taking your conscious, I guess you could say your conscious, for lack of a better word. I mean, it can seamlessly take your conscious, tap your mind into the internet, basically the internet of things. So you can you know it's more or less like, I want to say, a form of telekinesis, like tapping into something that's not there, through your mind, by tapping into the internet of things, that through the RFID chip being in your body, it will create that whole experience. So it's like what Esau's doing through this technology, giving you access physically and mentally to feats that you could never do in this body that we have in this present day. Alright, so while exoskeletons and prosthetics assist the user's well-being, the microchip seems to be more of a convenience. Yeah, with a microchip, users could access their homes, offices, or gyms just by swiping their hands against digital readers. The chip can also store emergency contact details, social media profiles, and e-tickets for events or travel. Proponents of the technology say that it is safe and protected against hacking. However, issues around data privacy are still a major concern for some. Alright, it is yet to be seen though if the microchip trend will pick up in the US as well. In 2017, a Wisconsin company started offering microchips to their employees in order to access the building and streamline purchases in the cafeteria. Almost immediately, questions about data privacy arose between data leaks and major corporation and government hacks. It may be some time before the US citizens trust technology enough to merge with it. However, these examples show that out of need or convenience, humans are getting closer and closer to technology, and stories of cyborgs may be closer to fact than science fiction. In 2017, it was Elon Musk who said, "Over time, I think we will probably see a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence." He may not be far off, and that's the plan. Alright? The RFID chip will be, the way they said, look, the main point, it said, however, these examples show that out of need or convenience, humans are getting closer to the technology. So what makes, those are the two defining factors: need and convenience. Need being holding greater weight out of the two. Because if you need an RFID chip to eat food, these elites deal with psychology, the natural functions of human nature. All right, because by knowing that system, what does that give them the ability to do? They know that, okay, if we push this button, we're gonna garner this reaction. So that reaction is gonna be a need. All right, that's why there's a thing known as Maslow's hierarchy, showing you a pyramid of things, how to activate your optimal state in pursuit of your natural talent. Starts at the base with the needs, like the need to eat food, the need to breathe air. These various needs basically is basically the best thing to attack. So basically, if you need food, if you need an RFID chip to get access to food, it's a game changer basically, and that's the plan. All right. So now I want to go to this. It's something I do in my downtime. I just watch these videos about comic book breakdowns. I was into comic books growing up, but I don't even have the time to read them, so I just catch these videos online. But anyway, you've had this series that's quite on point, man. It's called Powers of X, and it's also House of X as well. Alright, it's by Marvel. comic books, and it's like a comic book series that's coinciding one with the other. So basically, I'm gonna have to read the majority of the article actually, just so you can understand what's going on. So anyway, it reads: Marvel's Powers of X reveals a major twist of Moira's sixth life, and this has been like a big thing that they've been waiting to find out, the sixth life, right? So it reads: Marvel's X-Men House of X event has successfully set up the X-Men for a whole new era in a truly new beginning that has redefined the characters and their world. With the final chapter of the story arriving, the Powers of X #6, there were some major dangling threads that needed to be tied off, and one glaringly big one in particular, the mysterious sixth life of Moira X. However, House of X revealed that Moira is actually a mutant with the ability of Groundhog Day style reincarnation. And you know, the mutants technically really represent Israel, more or less, okay? They mirror that in the sense that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, I believe, the creators of X-Men, and the two characters being the pinnacle of the X-Men characters or the mutants is Charles Xavier, and Magneto. All right, Magneto being patterned after what's this guy's name, Malcolm X, and Xavier, Dr. X, after Dr. Martin Luther King. All right, so they basically, the mutants get dealt with like the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans get dealt with in this world. So the point is, mutants represent Israelites. All right, so let's read on. So it says, House of X revealed that Moira is actually a mutant with the ability of a Groundhog Day style reincarnation. Fans have been tracking exactly where her various lifetimes have led, with the expectation of the sixth lifetime, which hasn't referenced at all. So it's believed that she has up to 10, 11 lifetimes, and it shows you the majority of the lifetimes, but it hit the sixth lifetime. And she can live as, she's immortal, but if she gets killed, technically she don't die, but how can I explain it where it makes sense? If she don't suffer no fatal injuries, that's the best way to put it, I believe, she don't die, so she'll live forever. But the moment she wants to be killed, or a restart of her life, she dies basically, right? So now the Powers of X6 has revealed we know all too well why Jonathan Hickman kept this story thread secret up until the very end. As it turns out, Hickman didn't so much keep Moira's sixth life a secret as he did hide it in plain sight. The X3 year 1000 timeline that Powers of the X has been unfolding since the beginning is actually a story of Moira's sixth life. Major reveals dropped in a scene where the Librarian character we've followed throughout the year 1000 timeline visits the preserve of the old world. Now, if you notice, this is ever so funny, because what does Esau do when he conquers a people? Creates a library, right? They had the Library of Alexandria, and they take all the documents of the various kingdoms that they conquered, and they put them in a library. So you have this character known as a Librarian. And then it says the character followed throughout the year 1000 timeline visits the preserve. Now, what does it say? What does it say in the word, man? That Esau is going to be basically preserved for 1,000 years, but in the 1,000th year, that's going to be, his end, basically. And it says the 1,000-year timeline visits the preserve of the old world. And they represent the old world, because Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of the new one that followeth. So you can see how they turned it on its head. Then we find out that Wolverine and Moira are the only two mutants left in the future world. held prisoner by the librarian as precious zoo exhibits. All right, and that's the same thing. We're gonna do, but we're not gonna do, but it's gonna be there. It's gonna be evident because you're gonna have America as like a site that said, look, this is America that once stood and had all these things. We tell the story, the history, and everything. As its librarian and its race represent a new form of human evolution called post-humanity, all right? And this which is basically a bioengineered union of humans and machines that eventually become the dominant species of the future, as we see throughout the Powers of X. The post-human race agenda is to achieve technological feats great enough to attract the phalanx to Earth. I'm not sure what the phalanx are, but I believe it's like an alien race that basically bonds with powerful alien race, or like a celestial race of beings that bond with other, races that are deemed to be of high ilk. Alright? So it says the goal is to convert the post-human world into part of the phalanx collection. And it's funny it's called the phalanx because the phalanx is dealing with the Romans going back to Greece. The warfare tactic really goes back to Spartan. Us, which they adopted, all right, through the spirit, and in doing so achieve a sort of godhood beyond the mortal form, one that would potentially give post-humans dominion over time and space. See, basically giving them become the Most High, as the goal is in mind for Esau to do. All right, dealing with the New World Order. Upon learning the librarian's true goals and realizing mutankind's great mistake, overlooking the post-human threat, Wolverine and Moira stage a jailbreak by having Logan kill Moira, thereby kicking off her 7th lifetime. A big game changer of this pivotal scene in the Powers of X finale is that Moira's entire mission, from the violent attempts to assassinate the Sentinel creators to her alliance with Apocalypse for a future war with Nimrod, right, has been typically Nimrod's up in there, Babylon, has been totally reframed. Moira is seemingly the sole person in existence who knows where the evolutionary fight for dominance truly leads. Well, that's the point. I ain't gonna go into all that, but the point was the librarian, the 6th lifetime, and these points of transhumanism. That shows you a depiction. This is a current, ongoing theme within Marvel right now. This was just revealed a few days ago, alright, and it's gonna continue basically to unfold through various different comic book offshoots. So and this is a big deal because this even comes post of House of not House various stories of post-apocalyptic stories, basically. So with that, I'm gonna jump into descriptions. Okay. Here's one scripture. Hope it's not this. Second first. So, it's lucky. You know what? Oh, man. It's lucky I can bear with me. See, I'm the one. What am I doing? You know what, man? You know where I want to go, man. It's a spirit, man, because that's why I said I'm gonna go in the first place, and I went away from it. Should just came in the first part, man. Anyway, it's the spirit. Um, Let me go 22. Excuse me, man. Um, it's a lucky, okay. Alright. It's lucky about that. This is Job 20 and 22. In the fullness of its efficiency, she shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Now, the wicked, when you go into the Hebrew, the word there will basically break down the wicked as laborer, alright? Which is talking about us, the Israelites, alright? Starting first with the elect. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury's wrath upon him. Alright, so we read about this, the three forms of technology that basically, bringing about transhumanism and how that House of the X story and the X-Men basically is alluding to a future that they see, having a librarian and a phalanx taking them to godhood. And the point that they didn't mention is basically when they came into godhood, the reason why the librarian was letting them know that is because he's going to say, this is your last day. We're going to destroy you after this, basically. That being the main point of why it was significant that they said 1,000 years. Okay? So, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. So basically, saying, look, he's gonna flee from the iron weapon, being the being the ICBM missiles, alright, which the Most High has created. It is drawn to cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his goal. The goal they're coming out of is talking about the silos.